Hi and welcome back to Heart and Soul Homes. My name is Monica. Today I thought it would be fun to kind of take you along as I do just some of my, daily, with a garden like this, there is just always something to be done, right? So I've got a little bit of watering. I'm going to fertilize all of our citrus. I have some fun little plantings to do and I'm so excited. Ollie Garden sent me the greatest, what I think, I'm just testing it out, but it appears to be a really great raised metal garden bed. And I'm going to insert, how it came packaged, the amount of pieces. My nephew and I put it together. It was super simple. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later and kind of some of the things I really liked so far, you know what I mean? And then we're going to plant that up with some different lettuce and potatoes. And I'm going to talk about what I did to get the potato seed, or they're not really seeds, it's potatoes, but the seeding process for the potatoes. But I'm going to feed the birds. I'm going to do just some ordinary, everyday garden chores. And I'm going to take you along so you can kind of see what it's like to, maintain and kind of keep up with everything around here. So let's get started. First on my list is going ahead and watering these plants that I have purchased for an upcoming project. I have to keep them really nice and wet before they go in and they are planted. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that first.
I still wonder how, you always make it right, and maybe it's all chance.
Every spring is when I go ahead and I fertilize all of my trees. Today I'm focusing on the citrus trees, the lemon tree, the lime tree, the nectarine. I've got an avocado and I've got a Myers lemon tree that I'm going to go ahead and fertilize today. I need to order the fertilizer for the other trees, but spring is just kind of my go-to time where I know, that's something that we've got to take care of.
All the best of myself, it's all good when you show the way, yeah. 'Cause even if I fall, ooh, I trust you'll stay, yeah, stay. And through the dark and cold, I know it's all good, 'cause now I'm the best of myself. So hard, stumbling in the dark, to learn how to see what you already saw. You're the one to blame for the fact that I can reach for the best of myself. It's all good when you show the
Okay, so this is the Ollie metal raised bed. As you can see, it is a white. You can choose your color on the outside of the container. And the greatest thing, and I showed this in the setup, but you can confirm or configure however you want this, the size, You can take it apart easily. This is the size I felt like would be the best, you know, for this fit, for this little area. We're in the vegetable garden, so I already have raised beds. And I'm very interested to see how the metal holds up against, you know, the wood. The wood we have to treat like every year. So I'm kind of interested to see, you know, how this holds up in Arizona's sun. But what a great size. I mean, I could have made it a different configuration, could have made it smaller, could have made it bigger. But look, compared to the standard, I think this is a 3x3 or 4x4 wood raised bed. So in here I am going to be doing half of it seeding it for lettuce and the other half seeding it for potatoes. And I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So I'm going to go ahead and add the dirt, and then we will go from there and see how it goes.
I trust you'll stay, yeah. And through the dark and cold, I know it's all good, 'cause I found the best of myself, yeah. Ooh, we're sailing on across an open sea that's anxious so calm.
Now this could probably use a good 4 more bags, and I probably will have the gentleman that helps me around the yard go ahead and get some of that. He's coming tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and seed this planter, but this is a huge planter. So even if I didn't get any more, I think I've got a good enough bed that it would be okay. But I am gonna go ahead and add some more garden soil. But I went ahead, there's 3 big bags in here, and then pretty much a full bag of garden tone from Espoma. I love that stuff. You can get it on Amazon. I will link it down below. I love that. I use it citrus, garden, just plants, in ground, and then also in pots. It's just amazing. So anyhow, what I'm gonna do is divide it, and this is what I've got. I've got seeds for arugula, just regular lettuce, and then a lettuce gourmet salad blend. And what I'm gonna do is just cut 3 lines on half of this and go ahead and drop my seeds. And then tomorrow when the guy who helps me comes, we will set up drip to this, just like we do in the raised beds. But today I'm just gonna water it in really good along with the other fertilizer on the tree, the citrus trees. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make three lines and then dump all the seeds in each line, one type at a time.
Either way, it's all good, 'cause I found the best of myself. Yeah, 'cause you showed the way.
Okay, so that is the lettuce. Whoop. Now what I did for the potatoes was I took potatoes that we usually use, these little mini golden ones. They were starting to sprout, if you can see that right there. So what I did is I cut around where there's already eyes, the sprouting. And then what I did is made sure that the skin, or the inside part, the cup part, hardened over. You can kind of see that darkened, and it's kind of a hardened. So what I'm gonna do, I have this amount in this bag, what I'm gonna do is plant, you just go ahead and plant them in the ground with the seed or the eye up. Okay, so there's one kind of starting right there, and then there's this one. So I'm just gonna put it down in the ground like this.
"6:30 in the morning, you wake me up to have a conversation and inform me about how I make you feel inside."
Size-wise, that worked out just perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to, this is such a fun part of the season, I'm going to let go of the butterflies. So let's do that before we do the watering. Okay, the sun is glaring, sorry. So I buy these at Lowe's. It's a little container that has oh shoot, that's right. Needs to be done in the evening. So anyhow, I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do, but I will do that tonight. So there's a little container, has holes in it. They're full of ladybugs and these little wood chips. And all I do is just open it up, kind of shake it around, let them all out, and the ladybugs will eat kind of the bad bugs that you don't want in your garden. So I also have a flying, is it mantis, that is in a little incubator cube thing. They're not ready yet. I will let that go as well, and they'll eat all of the little bugs that attack the plants. So it's a natural way to kind of help with your garden. So I will do that tonight. They say release them in the evening because you are going to, you have bees, you have other insects that might eat these, and you want, you know, they go to bed kind of in the evening, so let these out in the evening. Okay, let's get to watering in.
"You keep talking and I'm listening, but could you try to shut up? I'm almost getting dizzy now from the way you bum me out. I know that you wanted me to be someone I'm not, give you all my love and never mess it up, but I won't be pretending that I have some hidden love for you, baby. I'm done, I'm just done, because I'm way too passive-aggressive for you, babe. I know that I can be two-faced, but I won't feel like you do, babe. You know I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk about mistakes. It's not like you'll get a retake, I'll never feel like you do, babe.
Okay, so I just kind of wanted to walk you through and kind of show you what I've got in the vegetable garden here and what I'm doing. Now, in the beginning of the video, you saw me watering a bunch of plants. Two of those were a beautiful yellow rose bushes, and so I'm going to be putting one here and one here to flank coming in, because this is kind of like, you know, I've got the David Austin rose, the vine, I've got some more David Austin roses in here, but, and also obviously all of the rose garden, but in here it just kind of starts the whole flower and vegetable garden. So I've got this space here. I just want to do a beautiful yellow against the pink. I think will be gorgeous. So that's going there. And then of course you walk in. This is a tangelo tree, but I mean, it's obviously it's alive, but it does not produce. So I'm not really sure kind of what I want to do with that area right yet. But I've got some more roses here. We've got some deadheading to do. I'm going to go ahead and keep this area open for now, just because with this new bed, I want to be able to move around. And then I've got another rose here. Right here, we've got our strawberry starts. So I'm very hopeful that, you know, these will take off. So this is a whole bin of strawberries. This is dead. Every year I seem to lose one in the winter, and so it takes me a while to find a replacement, this lollipop trio. So we will pull it up, but it's there for now, but it's dead. Right here we have chamomile, and I might end up moving this up to the front patio or the back patio here, just because I have some other things that I want to see or, you know, put in here, so I'm thinking I will do that. Here's the archway that kind of guides you into the whole cut garden area. we'll go ahead and go in through here because I will show you the 2 trees that I fertilized. This is an avocado tree. Let me get the stats on it. Mexican Grande, full sun. It does get a lot of sun in the afternoon, which is the hardest part for here in Arizona, but it does get some shade here in the morning. And then this is a Myers lemon tree. And it has produced before, so, you know, nice little sweet lemon there. And I just did a garden tour, but, you know, this is the cut garden. Roses. I've got all of my more filler plants over there, and you know, just a lot of beautiful, beautiful roses in here. So that's what this area is. And then we'll go back in here. See, here's my good topiary. They're hard. Anyhow, okay, so back here I have raspberries. So I'm really hoping we're going to do the same thing that we did here with the grapes, with the vines, so that, you know, they have something to vine up. Here we've got some cucumbers, and I've got another empty pot that I've got more cucumber plants I'm going to put in there. In here we have a watermelon that's doing good. It's getting started. In here we have squash, zucchini squash. And then obviously these are both the grapevines. And then we've got cantaloupe over here. I've got blackberries over here, and I'm just really worried. I've got 3 of them, and I want to do that same system here, but I don't know. I don't know if what we did to those. Let me think here. This is broccoli. This is yeah, that's a tomato. This is the little mini tomato. These are the bigger tomatoes. And I believe those are tomatoes too. I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? And then this is just a vine crop that comes up. But here again is the great raised bed. I just think it fits. I mean, if that's not a perfect fit, I don't know what is. And I really liked it that, you know, I could have put it together. My nephew was putting it together mostly. And it also was great to do it together. And then we both lifted it out here. It was a piece of cake. So I like that I don't have to, you know, have somebody else, you know, do that. But I'm excited to see what comes out of this. And, you know, again, we've got half of it is all lettuce and half of it is all potatoes. So I'm excited. We're going to add 2 more bags of soil. I think that's plenty. I really do. I mean, obviously we could go all the way up if we want, but I feel like that's kind of a waste of dirt. So we're going to do 2 more big bags and then put a drip system in here, much like we have everywhere else. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I'm absolutely loving it so far and super excited. I just appreciate them. They found videos and they saw and they offered to send this out to see what I thought, and I think I appreciate that so much. And so far I'm loving it, and I just would like to see how it holds up in the Arizona sun for my final thoughts on it. But everything is looking really good. I'm super happy and excited, except that, don't look at that. But everything is really looking nice. Now I'm just going to walk around and show you a couple other things. I showed you in my spring how beautiful these were, and they were, but they've just petered out. Just petered out. I mean, there's a few that are just holding on for dear life. God bless them. But some of those plants that you saw me watering in the front or in the beginning of the video, that's what's going to go in here. And I don't know, we're just going to have to mix these in because these were new. These ones had completely died, so we found pink, you know, to go in there. And what I picked out is not necessarily those, so I don't know. It doesn't have to all matchy-matchy, but it is a nice look. But we'll see. I might pop these in somewhere else, but we'll see how it goes. But we just need to do some trimming, you know, but this purple, my gosh, it's just like a weed, but I love it. I just love how it flanks the walkway. The other area that we need to work on is obviously doing our spring pruning of our trees. Down here, the starts. I pulled this one off because it was kind of dangling down. This tree was an apple tree. It died. I don't know what happened, so we're gonna have to replace that. Funny, this was a little spruce that I bought at like Lowe's or Home Depot at Christmas time to put on the back patio, and then ended up planting it after the season. Look at it. Gorgeous. The other big problem we have over here is these just petered out. I mean, it seems like it just happened overnight. And again, we've got some beautiful ones that are just holding on for dear life, but so a lot of those plants that you saw me watering in the beginning are for here too. But I just want, look how gorgeous this row of ficus is. Is this not just gorgeous? We've got some pruning to do on that tree at the bottom. But I just love how, you know, it's shading for the kids when they're out here. And we've got all of the other trees on the other side of the court with the vines in the middle. It's just so beautiful and really coming together. These ones are doing good. We pruned them way back so they're a little more manageable. At some point I'm thinking we will either move these closer to the wall or something, because I'd like to do some kind of a little pathway through here. But that's not on my radar right now. What else do we need to do? Well, all these, you know, oh, I know what I was going to show you. Okay, so in here, you know, you have the Boxwood Hedge. We're going to do a nice little shave on here, and this, so it's just a little more formal. So a lot of the other plants that I purchased are going to be fillers for in here and ground covering, so that, you know what I mean, it just kind of weaves around and is beautiful in here. So now what I'm really focusing on is trying to layer. You know, we've got a lot of the big pieces in here. Now we just need to kind of layer down. I've got some boxwood hedges from the front that I'm going to transplant up here to final this off. And then the other area that you will see soon in a video is this, what's coming up kind of tomorrow for us, is again, ground covering, filling in, you know what I mean, and just kind of getting that layered look. We're on a good start here, really good start, but I just want to kind of keep the momentum and fill in here, and you know what I mean, so we just have more ground cover and beauty on the ground. I love the bark, but you know, and here again, that just petered out. So I think all of these are from 2 seasons, and that's pretty good, I think, for an annual. So anyhow, that's the kind of stuff that we're working on and going to be planting, you know, kind of cutting back. This is a non-stop thing because this grows like a weed. But you know, we've got pretty good starts over here as far as just ground cover and layers. So I'm really happy with that. And then, you know, we just need to work in here. And, you know, once this all fills out, we're pretty good. And we might add some little green or white in here. But, you know, and I did get a little statue. My mom bought it for me for Mother's Day that I think I'm going to put like right here. It's a little girl with a bucket, and I'll put some flowers in there. I think that'll be gorgeous. You know, and just kind of adding a little bit more statues, you know, or just fun things like right here in this area. But here's a picture of the entry into the patio. And yeah, I found this little guy at Lowe's, and it's a solar little bird. I thought that was so sweet. I don't know if you can tell the green. They had blue as well. But so at night he'll just show up. Let me come on the other side. I just love, I don't have a ton of stuff, but just some fun little structure pieces that just give a different dimension in the garden. Oh, I think he's going to be so sweet. So it's all solar, so it will light up at night. Perfect little home. My gosh, am I a hot mess? I probably am. I had to put my hair up. I was getting so hot. Well, that is it. I am done with my chores. The only thing I still need to do is water in the lime tree fertilizer and the nectarine tree that I have right here, but it's kind of hard. It's so dark in there, it's kind of hard to get in there with the water and a camera stuff. So anyhow, I am gonna call it a day other than that, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope, you know, I gave you some idea of, you know, little things. Obviously I can't go through and fix everything, and when I walk through my garden, I see a lot of what needs to be done. I see the beauty, and I'm really working on that to just, you know, like, not feel so like, oh, it's pretty, but if we had this, you know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful where it's at right now, and enjoy that, because that's important. You know, I look back, I'll be looking for a picture, and I'll look back and I'll see the garden just 2 years ago, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, you know, this is really, I mean, this is crazy. This has really turned out beautiful. So I really have to work on that, and I encourage you to do the same. You know, no matter where you're at in your life and where you want to go, it's better than where you came from, because you've learned and you've grown and you've, you know, whatever. So it's the same with gardening. So I just really am enjoying, and I'm really excited. I'm looking at these plants that are going to be going in the ground tomorrow, and I am just really excited. I think it's going to be really beautiful, and just an added, you know, those layers. That's what makes the garden beautiful, is the layers and the structure. And I pretty much have the structure, and it's just layering, and then annuals, you know what I mean, that you switch out every year. It's fine. Or so anyhow, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like. It helps my channel so much, and share it out to anybody else that you feel that might be interested in seeing this. And make sure you subscribe and come back. We've got lots of things going on outside and inside coming up. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.